I don't want to, go through life saying woulda, coulda, shoulda. I've been able to accomplish, a lot of things. Um, this platform that we created here is a platform where we actually create a voice for the voiceless because this is how my mom, survived. One that couldn't read or write, so she depended on her neighbors. Loyalty, trust, honesty, respect. What I mean, love. But also tough love because we grew up in a day where our neighbors actually, they actually chastised us if we were mischievous, and so because they knew that we can be, better humans, and they knew our parents. They knew our parents had higher expectations,
right?
For us, and so I grew up on those kind of ethics, and I learned early in life that failure is not an option. My mom could read and write and pick cotton, and through all that, she never taught me to hate, anyone. My Caucasian brothers and sisters. That's why I'm able to get along with Indian everyone because that burden wasn't passed down to me. And we're in this Christian society, and we are talking about how burdens are passed down to the children. Those things are passed down by teaching them that. And my mom, man, she had a PhD in common sense, and she knew that that would be a hindrance. And so anyone that teaches hate to their children, you actually are hindering your child because now that space they got to occupy it with hate, and it takes energy to keep hate going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It takes energy.
Yeah.
Love, oh yeah, it takes a little bit of energy. Good love, but it's good love. Oh yeah, you like that energy. But it takes energy to hate someone, and I don't have time for that. Deion Sanders says it best. I have bad moments, but I won't have a bad day. I might make a bad decision, but I'm not gonna let that affect me the whole day. I'm gonna take time out for myself and self-reflect. My degree's in behavioral science, and so I truly believe in counseling. I believe in self-counseling where you get in a quiet place or you get in a noisy place, wherever make you feel comfortable, and you just meditate and you just evaluate and just be honest with yourself. And I do that, constantly because my mama told me, do not go outside and mess up our family name. And so I'm always conscientious of, who I'm around, what I do, and the future that I'm trying to create.
Yeah, definitely. That's very important. And city council members are examples and role models for the community. So I believe that actually kind of goes into one of the first questions that I have is how do you feel about the new, they're trying to roll out a new city council member code of conduct. How do you feel about that?
I think it's great. Being a former probation officer, you have certain responsibilities. And so no one's above the law.
Yeah.
And everyone has to be on school on time or will be tardy. Right?
So
we learned that early as young elementary school. We're respectful, we raise our hand, but also we're supposed to be on time. And if we are mischievous, we accept responsibility for our behavior.
Yeah.
And so, no, I'm 100% behind it.
Okay, perfect. And I think that's really important because again, your role models, especially young people, are looking up to the city council, the mayor, all those people, and when they see them on TV acting crazy,
right,
it's a horrible example for young people.
Right.
Because I remember growing up, even if you didn't like the politician, maybe you kind of respected them. You saw them as authority figures in the community, and we kind of lost some of that decorum because you see people going crazy at these meetings and things like that, and it doesn't really get anything done.
Right now.
But just make you think everybody went back to high school all of a sudden.
Right now. I've had the privilege to lead a couple of town halls. Shout out to my man Don Bacon. He's asked me on several occasions to lead town halls, and then also I would say shout out to Flood, boy. Usually the Republicans are running away from the town hall, but Flood went right in there and took the heat. But usually they're a lot of times in the school setting. So if I'm the moderator, I'm going to go with school rules.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, remember when your mom and your dad taught y'all to go to school? They said, don't be disrespectful and raise your hand if you want to talk, and don't talk to. And so and when anyone adult get a ruling, I remind them of the elementary school rules, and then they usually chill because they know the rules of elementary school. You raise your hand, you're respectful, you show respect to your elders because most of them are teachers or administrators, and so everybody knows that, and so we just got to get back to respect again. We're all Americans first, and that's the foundation of our campaign, Bridging Gaps, Building the Future, because I've always been able to bridge gaps. Omaha is a very diverse community. Even when I grew up in the 70s, getting bused, I've always been culturalized. And so that ability to be culturalized have given me the ability to walk in any door.
Yeah, definitely. That's very important for a city council member because that way you're able to make deals, get things for your district done and not spend time fighting with the mayor or, causing gridlock on the council, but actually get things done so you can go back to your district and say, hey, this is what we've got done. Mm-hmm. This is the problem we're going to fix.
Without doubt, I look at when I pay my taxes, I use all 7 districts. I use the whole city. And what affects me directly affects you indirectly. Mm-hmm. It goes back to my education in behavioral science. So we are in this together. And so when we make a law against a certain subset of people, eventually it's going to affect us indirectly.
Yeah.
So either by tax dollars or time or et cetera, et cetera. And so we got to look at on the policies that we are making, the statutes and the ordinance that we're advocating.
Yeah.
Because I think we're actually lawing ourselves to death.
Yeah.
I think every year everybody will make their own big laws. No, we need to modify some of these laws or enforce the laws that's already in the books.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. How do you feel about there seems to be a problem with affordable housing in District 2? What are some of your ideas for fixing that?
Well, we got to make sure that those that live in special projects and Southside Terrace are given the first option to move back into those homes that are being rehabilitated now. We just got to be purposeful when it comes to TIF dollars, because when you have economic development, now you have the ability for housing to be built or planned around the economic development in parallel. And so we just got to be intentional investing in North Omaha. We only been investing in 3/4 of the city, and you can see that it's evident. Yeah. So we just got to be unique in regards to private and public partnerships, because private industry is important. Nonprofits, for-profits also need to work in conjunctions because everyone is necessary in moving the needle. Also, we need to get teachers involved. They teach everybody. So we got some of the greatest researchers over at UNO, UNL, and Creighton. And so we got to also utilize them in regards to developing strategy and utilizing the current workforce, but also the future workforce. We got high school and we got college students. Yeah. And also we need to develop conduits of opportunity where we can infuse their ideals and come with a total agenda, because each generation have different problems and different solutions.
Exactly. Another problem in District 2 is lack of parks, swimming pools, and gym facilities.
Right.
That are up to date.
Well, the park I grew up with, Erskine Park, has not been fixed. 40 some years. I'm 60 now. That would be priority number one. Most of our park have been geared towards younger kids, but the older kids have been left out. So none of the basketball courts have been upgraded. A lot of indoor pools at Kellum, outdoor pools at Kellum, indoor pools at King, they're closed now. Puny Park It just the total infrastructure in regards to creating family memories is gone. You actually have to go somewhere else in order to create those family memories.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely a problem.
Mm-hmm. So we just gotta be intentional on looking on building infrastructure that are geared towards family.
Definitely, because you repair the family, you repair a lot of other problems.
Every problem begins with the family.
Yeah.
That my first job when I got out of college was at Eastern Nebraska Human Service Agency. I worked at a group home, 6 kids, all ethnicity, black, white, male, female, and they were in group home because they were abused by their own families, either sexually, mentally, physically, or they was neglected in some capacity. And it's from their own families. So we got to heal the family unit.
Yeah, definitely.
And if we got, excuse me, I'm getting over a little cold. And if we got criminals in our families, per se, or someone that needs to get help, we got to get them help. We can't continue to pacify it or ignore it because, again, we don't want to affect other family members or other innocent victims. So wherever it is, there's help. And so on Tuesday, we call it Winning Women Wednesday. The main reason why, because domestic violence is the most unreported crime against women, children, and the most vulnerable elderly adults. And so we just bring attention to it because it's necessary. And because domestic violence is the most unreported crime. And it's usually a crime against family members.
Exactly.
So we want to make sure that we're proactive. There's organizations that's already doing the work. We just got to make sure that we're funding them. United Way has set up a great system, the 211 system, which connects Omahans or anyone in this area to resources from nonprofits. And so people don't have to suffer in silence. And so we got to make sure that everyone is funded, but the philanthropic community, the for-profit community, really also had to be more intentional too, and making sure that we develop economic development all over the city, and that's going to reinforce the giving to the nonprofits that's helping people on the homeless side, on the chemical dependency side, et cetera, et cetera.
That sounds good. That sounds really good. And then another concern in District 2 is lead paint.
Mm-hmm.
Getting the word out about that.
Well, we have a partnership with the city planning department, so we've been pushing the lead initiative. Also, we've had work with the Sierra Club when the Omaha was labeled a Superfund site from the lead from the Sarco plant and other lead plants down in downtown Omaha. All of them are gone now. Also from the power plant too. And so we've been proactive in even trying to shut down the power plant, changing from coal to electric because we have a high rate of asthma amongst our children, mainly because of the pollution from the power plant. OPPD indicated that it was going to shut down a few years ago. Now that has been extended, I think, to 2026. So we got to just make sure that we continue to make sure they keep their word.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And then last but not least, any ideas on how to fix the food desert situation in parts of District 2?
Well, we got to present data that indicates that people from North Omaha are going elsewhere to spend money, and let them know that if they build a store, that money will stay here in this community. And so we just got to be proactive in that research, but also We got to be proactive in finding a new grocery store. Hiki Dinky used to be down there on 60th Street. I think Hiki Dinky's still around, or Safeway's still around in other markets in the country. And so maybe we need to go holler back at Safeway again. You know what I mean? Or we need to find a black-owned or whomever-owned a grocery store or national chain to come in here. We just got to be proactive, let them know that that the housing and the economics is there in order to maintain that store.
Definitely, because that's one thing about it. Everybody needs groceries.
Yeah, we got to eat. Got to eat. You got to breathe. You got to drink some water. And a little shelter too.
Exactly. Yeah. Anything else that you'd like to add?
No, man. The election is coming up April 1st. Of course, we'll love to have you guys vote for kingforomaha.com. That's our website. You can donate. You can volunteer. You can get a yard sign. Again, we're bridging the gap, and to build the future. We work with everybody. I've been in this community for a long time, and since day one, this is all I've done is to show love to our neighbors, highlight those that have manifested, that are manifesting their God-given talents, and give a platform to those that need it. My man Hart Safeway is on the East Coast. Yeah, so I know I saw Safeway somewhere, probably in DC. Yeah. So we need to holler at Safeway, bring them back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, or Bakers. Maybe Bakers need to expand.
Yeah.
So we just gotta be proactive. The money's here. Poor people got money just like everybody else. They got EBT. They got food stamps. So they do have the economics in order to buy food and maintain whatever grocery store chain comes.
Definitely.
So no, I feel a privilege and a blessing. And I did not want to go through life that woulda, coulda, shoulda. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'll get it done. Hold on a second, let me see. Hello, this is William. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm doing an interview. Can I call you right back? Yes, ma'am. I shall. We got a cop that was Glenn Jones because his number is 402. We got our concert coming up this next Saturday. It's a 10th year anniversary for our radio station. Like I said, ever since I got out of college and developed a platform in 1690 AM to 1, we've been the voice of the voiceless, and that has transitioned over to 95 points of the boss. This is going to be the foundation of our campaign. The people, you're going to be the voice. We're going to make sure that we have community meetings. I'm going to call them the state of the district addresses. We'll find out what's the problems, the solutions. We'll develop an agenda. We'll go back to the other 6 other city council members, and then we'll go to the mayor with our agenda, because our agenda affects everybody indirectly. And so we're all in this together, all right? And that's going to be my philosophy, that it takes, there's no I in team. We're Omaha, baby, O-N-E. There's only one O-N-E. Shouts out to Tupelo, Mississippi. You get 2, you get second. But it's only one O-N-E. It's only number 1. It's only one. And that's Omaha, Nebraska. And so I have a philosophy of teamwork and working together. And that's how the dream works, baby.
That's for sure. Well, thank you so much for tuning into Sunday Night Politics. I'm your host, Shad B., and this is William King, City Council, District 2.
All right, y'all, we out of here. Y'all have a beautiful night. Stay warm, boss with us.
All right, more great music coming up next right here on 95.7, The Boss.